Oro Valley, Tucson. An Arizona Lotus Corporation radio station. Stream us on your cell, laptop, desktop, or tablet at KFMA.com. You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live, Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Tuesday, July 30th. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. We got a great show lined up for you today. Maury's going to be coming in here a little bit later. Tickets giveaway for Wage War and our Honda Resort Casino Summer Fun Flyaway trip is a vacation to Hawaii. So all that listener bait and more and a lot of good times. And I appreciate you tuning into the show. I have theories as to why you listen to the show. I think one of those theories is that you know that with me, you're going to get 100% unfiltered, honest beef 100% of the time. And sometimes, you know, this non-filter on my mouth connected to my brain puts me in situations where, you know, you might inadvertently rock people's world. And I had a situation like that yesterday when we had the band Straight Jacket in studio. Straight Jacket, young guys in their early 20s from the Bay Area, a rock band, sound really good. They're signed to a label. You know, they're hoping to get spins on this station and other stations across the nation. They're starting to get momentum, being booked on big festivals. And they were super cool. We had tacos afterwards and everything. And I felt like I needed to feed them tacos because what I accidentally did to the drummer, Nate, when meeting him. And what happened was, you know, I've been around this game for a long time, Rico. You know this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I've met a lot of people, made a lot of friends, and, you know, and got to hang out with a lot of people, too. So I know people on a personal level. So I meet the band for the very first time. And immediately for Nate, I look at him and I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. Is your dad Joey? Like, this kid looks so much like my buddy Joey from the band the Soft White 60s that it derailed the introduction. It was like immediate, like, oh yeah, nice to meet you. You do I know your dad? Are we
You're seeing his dad the whole time. You're like, wait a minute.
Are you like my nephew in a way? You know what I mean? Right. So and he's like, no, that's not my dad's name. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. You just wild coincidence. I tried to let it slide, but when I got him in studio, we started talking about, you know, the background and the upbringing. I'm like, okay, so where are you guys from? And they're like, the San Francisco area. I'm like, oh, like Joey. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, how old are you? You know, and he's like, oh, you know, 23. I'm like, oh, so you're born in 2001. Joey was a rock star in San Francisco in 2001. Like, the timing
connecting it, yeah,
checks out, right? And I'm like, okay, man. So I had to this kid, I'm like, okay, here's the deal. I'm just going to show you a picture, and it's a group picture. You guys just try to point out who you think I'm referring to, who might be like, you know, your dad. And here's the reaction that they had. It's a little clip that I posted on my story. You guys are from NoCal, right? So yeah, the San Jose area. So, you know, I'm like, wait a second, this seems a little too eerie. I'm going to show you some pictures of Joey and stuff, and you just tell me if I'm way off. Okay. So first off, there's a group picture that I'll show of Joey recently. And you try to point out in this picture who I may be referring to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So see if you can recognize who may or may not be Nate's dad, which is probably not, for the record, not your dad. I get it. You got a dad and he's your homie. I get that. And that's great. I mean, you guys are both drummers. I will throw that out there. Okay. Right. So, okay. Now, can you spot which guy I'm referring to here?
Oh my God.
I told you, dude. All right. So they immediately freaked out. And that was just the tip of the iceberg. If you watch the podcast broadcast, not only will you see them freak out a little bit more on this because the similarities are so uncanny, like same nose, same eyebrows, same everything. Right. Then I saw pictures of his real dad. no resemblance whatsoever, right? And he was born in San Francisco. His mom was in that area. And again, and I was like, what's your musical background? Like your family lineage? Does your dad play music? No, my dad's not a musician at all.
He hates music.
Yeah.
He said, I don't want you around any bands ever again.
Right, dude. And then I was just like, he gravitated towards being a drummer, right? Sometimes you got to understand evolution and DNA coding and the things that we are kind of like, instilled with at birth. Like it's a fascinating thing. Just DNA genealogy, like just what we get passed along as far as information from generation to generation based off the previous generation's experiences. Our DNA is constantly evolving. It's ever changing based off the life that we live. And then those genes get passed on to our offspring. And so
I would have loved if after you got tacos with them, you're like, oh, strange, a DNA testing center.
I know.
You guys mind real quick?
I took his leftover taco and I put it in a little plastic bag. Yeah, shipped it off. So I messaged my buddy Joey. I haven't heard back from him yet, and I'll keep you updated. But the bad part about this was for the rest of that interview, I saw his soul get crushed. So I felt bad for poor Nate. He's here having a radio interview. With his band, and it's up and coming, and he's literally questioning his entire life, his existence. And I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry. I sprung that on you before I got into Morning Moron.
Oh, God.
Goofy radio talk. Woo-hoo. Swear
He's
to God.
texting his dad, like, we need to talk.
Not only that, dude, his girlfriends, they're following Joey on Instagram, and Nate and his girlfriend, and because now they're seeing it, and so undeniable to them, they want answers. They want answers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm sure he talked to his mom yesterday, and if I get any follow up, I will let you know, but there's a good chance I will be blocked and they'll never want to talk to me again. Because I'm the guy I just Maury Povich his ass.
You Maury'd him.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
I don't mean to Maury people, dude.
Unintentional Maury.
Yeah. Like I feel like I'm a good person. My heart's in the right place. I'm not trying to destroy worlds. But sometimes because I have no filter on my mouth, it's connected to my brain. I'm Maury Povich kids when I meet them for the first time. Yeah. I'm like, don't be nervous. By the way, your real dad and your entire existence is a lie. All right, let's get this started in 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome back to the show. So
all I know is that next album they're gonna put out is gonna be very heavy.
Yeah, it's gonna be called FB Vegan. So that was on the podcast broadcast yesterday.
We're live on the podcast broadcast, just sharing with you a little show open. We have so much we're going to get to, and just the headlines, because the world keeps on spinning, and there's so much news that's happening in a 24-hour period that we only have enough time to just share with you the headlines. So that's going to be coming up after new music from Ashes to New, but we are live on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/bevegan. There you're going to see some tea spilled by TMZ Tucson I got to share with you guys. Ooh. It gets crazy. So join us there, and then just the headlines after new music from Ashes to New right here on Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, so did you see this? Are we all following TMZ Tucson by this point?
I do, but apparently I missed some of the good stuff. So
you're
still dead tea.
Yeah, this is funny. Their stories have been on point, and there's been some tea lately with the fight that happened right down the street from a Cobra between a bunch of women, and it turned out there was some kind of family dispute for years. These women were going at each other, calling each other hoes and beating each other up and all this fun stuff, right? But I don't think this has anything to do with that. This is what they posted on their stories here. Not this ad, but this here.
Let's fucking go, watch. Bitch.
Right into the garage.
Don't think I'm fucking serious, bitch. Don't fuck with me, bitch. Think I'm gonna fucking bitch. I'll fucking murder your fucking ass, bitch.
She's on live. She's doing this on live. Crashing into the house.
Bitch, don't fuck with me, bitch. Don't fucking fuck with me, bitch. This is really expensive hair.
Cute.
Oh,
and I'm not. I'm sorry. So sorry. But I'm not gonna let a motherfucker waste what I fucking spent on this motherfucking hair, bitch. You ain't gonna fucking touch these Goldilocks, bitch. These Goldilocks belong to me, bitch. Get the fuck out of here, pussy ass bitch. Jealous whore. Jealous because I have some good ass fucking pussy, bitch.
Yeah. He's a Tucson 10.
I have the best pussy ever.
Wait for the end.
Bitch. You ain't gonna motherfuck with me, bitch. You get fucking sliced, bitch. You get fucking sliced. You're gonna get fucking broken up into pieces, bitch. Broken.
It still escalates. It escalates even more. And watch, wait till the end here. And I wonder which club she dances at.
Up into pieces, bitch. Fucking rip your motherfucking pussy ass apart, bitch. Your pussy is no longer a pussy, bitch.
Oh, no.
It's just fucking ripped apart.
Oh,
You
yeah.
fucking disgusting, disgraced little fucking bitch.
And then,
It's again and again.
boop. Yeah, there's the police. And there's where it escalated. He's like, go ahead and put it away. Now, I don't know why the police is giving the old porn stand that's there, but, I would assume that this woman, and this is all I really know just based off that, mind blowing, right? I'm assuming she got arrested.
Hear me out.
Okay.
I can fix her.
Yes. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back. Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast. There we just we're sharing the story from TMZ Tucson, which we have no context to other than a woman was going absolutely mental and, of course, is a Tucson 10.
I found my Harley Quinn.
I know.
That's all I know.
I know. I
Mi
get
amor.
it. I know. And I'm right there with you too. I see someone that hot and crazy, and even though I'm like, she might murder me in my sleep, but
Should be a good time.
but I might save her before that.
Yeah.
That was the one that she was looking for. The Band-Aid for her soul.
Yes.
Yes. This is why we're single, Mari, and we're your damaged friends. And because we're continuously trying to be like the Pope when it comes to the booty. We just want to be the good guys. We want to be able to save the ones that need saving.
Yeah, Captain Save a Girl.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've met plenty of attractive women who don't need saving whatsoever. Ugh.
Disgusting.
Boring.
Yeah, dude, nothing moves down there. I'm just like, oh yeah, you got a stable job and family.
If I wanted a starfish, I go to SeaWorld later.
Yeah, so all right. But with that said, again, a lot of things are happening throughout the world, and we don't have enough time to cover them all. So we'd like to share with you just the headlines. Here's our first headline. Today is Happy International Day of Friendship, which we covered with bad jokes around the bad jokes. You still have some of your bad jokes there?
I think so.
I gave you one bad joke. It's also National Cheesecake Day, so you can celebrate your friendship by getting fat with your friend eating some cheesecake. What's your favorite cheesecake? Traditional, New York style, or do you like to get crazy with it?
No, I get the traditional OG stuff. No strawberry puree on top.
Oh,
No strawberry?
Yeah.
No.
And you know what?
Lame.
I'm right there with you, dude. I like the richness of the cream cheese and that kind of cheesecake. That's a East Coast thing. But what about you, Rico?
I like the strawberry on top.
I
like the strawberry.
You always come on. You never come off as a parfait guy, but you're secretly a parfait guy.
I'm a curling guy. I like the boring Olympic sports. There's a lot of things you need to know.
Yeah. All right. So give me for International Day of Friendship, one more bad joke about friends there, Mari.
All right, why can't you be friends with a squirrel?
Why is that?
They drive everyone nuts.
Nah, I saw that coming.
Yeah, you like the nutty girls too, so.
Okay, you don't have to keep like kicking me while I'm down.
That's her job.
Yeah, exactly. Please do with stilettos on. All right, continuing. There's a new vacation term. All right, and that's just a vacation, just this vacation. Because it's basically two words. It's to justify your vacation. When you can't really afford a big trip, but you justify it because you really need a break. So you justify going into debt just so you can go on vacation. You had a justification when you went to Vietnam.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you did need a break. And I do applaud it. And it was surprisingly affordable, which I found out in hindsight, which I was still kind of irritated about. Because I'm like, I spent more money in Rocky Point than you did in Vietnam. I'm doing it wrong.
I'll teach you the ways.
All right. Well, please do. So yes, if you're in a position, and I think a lot of Americans are in that position where our budgets get a little bit tighter, but at the same time, we don't want to give up on the quality of life. So justifications is unfortunately a thing of the future. So now you know what the term is. Krispy Kreme has $1 donuts tomorrow in honor of the Olympics.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you want to make sure you never look like an Olympian, load up on your $1 donuts at Krispy Kreme.
Worth it.
Yeah.
To make the Olympic rings with donuts is the fattest thing I can think about doing. I can't
That
wait.
is amazing, actually.
Brilliant.
Yes, yeah, for sure. You got to do the Olympic rings, and you
Have
got to
to.
eat it like that.
It's at least
for sure.
$5, right? It's 5 rings.
Yeah, and there was
Okay.
a study that I came across. I was going to use it as a beef tip yesterday, but yeah, saying that it is very unhealthy for you to try to aspire to have an Olympic body. To be an Olympian, if you're not genetically blessed like that and not 22, and trying to get that body will kill you. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Just
keep that in mind.
FYI.
Another thing to keep in mind, I want to tell you this, Mari.
Mm.
This was a headline that I read yesterday, but it's a true study. They say that women that don't have sex 1 to 2 times a week will die within 5 years.
No.
That's the headline. Yeah.
No.
Now, initially I was like, "Oh, this is great game. I'm gonna take this story and share it to every hot girl I know." But the reality is, I read the study, and what it means is, if you're not sexually active, right, once a week is the goal for women. That if you get a serious ailment, an illness, then you're more likely to die from that illness within 5 years.
Oh no.
Yes,
We're just here to help, that's all.
Yes, if you
Thank
want to
you.
get ahead of the curve, right, in case you get anything, and hopefully you don't, right, but you
Mhm.
want to continue to give yourself a fighting chance if any of these ailments happen, then make sure you're having sex at least 1 to 2 times a week.
Wow.
Yes.
So birthdays and anniversary sex only, that is not healthy.
No, it's for women, especially, and it's crazy that science is finding this out. So there's 2 theories behind this. Okay, one, maybe just horny scientists trying to get a leg up and being able to get laid, but let's say it's real.
Mhm.
What's the evolutionary scale for it, right? So again, we're talking biometrics and what our purpose is as just living organisms,
Mhm.
okay? And this is not religious or anything like that, but we are here on the planet, essentially like a virus, to multiply
Right.
and spread, right?
Sure.
And if your body isn't basically going through the act of procreating, then essentially it's like, okay, purpose is done.
Yeah, nature's like, get the hell out.
Right.
Get out.
And again, not just the theory, and of course, it's just a study, and all studies are skewed, so take it with a grain of salt. But if you want to play it safe,
Yeah.
do it at least 2-3 times a week.
I don't want to die.
Dr.
Exactly.
Beef.
I don't want you to die either. And you're welcome, Kenzo. I know he's listening. And just,
He's very happy.
He's like,
Thanks, bro.
I love it when you do beef show. I hope you do beef show.
Tell him to talk about more science all the time.
What'd you learn today, sweetie? Did you have a fun time on the show? Yes, I did. Actually, take off your pants. I got to survive.
I want to live.
Yes. You're welcome. Okay. Continuing with our headlines, we still have a couple more. I know I went on a little tangent there, but some guy got caught transporting more than 1,000 marijuana plants near the town of Weed, California.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why this is a headline. I'm sure he got high fives from cops and sent along his way. Like,
Yeah.
you
Is
know.
there a problem here?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean, I'm in Weed, am I? Airports in Japan are cracking down on the use of rideable suitcases. Apparently, this is a problem here. So, the
Japan.
technology. Yeah. Now, I mean, I get so envious when I'm at an airport and I see somebody with a nice rolling suitcase.
Mhm.
Like these guys are pro flyers. But I did see somebody actually ride their suitcase, and I'm like, that's expert level right there.
Mario Kart on your baggage?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Super fun. But apparently it's such a problem in Japan because they have the technology and everybody's riding on those. It's causing traffic jams along sidewalks and things. And
They have streetlights in the airport just for that.
so that's something to look forward to when you visit Japan. And finally, a story that went viral this week is a nightmare when you're talking about flying. A United Airlines flight from Boston had to land in D.C. on Sunday due to some sort of biohazard.
Mm.
Now, they said it was so bad that it put everyone's health at risk. It sounds like someone on board got sick, and it was very, very gross. So it basically think Stand By Me and like the pie eating contest.
Huh.
So someone gets nauseous, starts throwing up. It
Oh,
makes the
yes.
other person start throwing up, and then multiple people all
Domino
start throwing
effect.
up.
Yes.
Yeah, they said that passengers were asking for oxygen masks, and it was such a bad ordeal that
Oh.
they had to ground the plane immediately, and it still wasn't soon enough.
Oh.
Why I don't eat Taco Bell before I fly?
Never.
Uh-uh.
Never.
You don't
You
see
talk
them in
about before
airports.
flying. No, you
You really
don't. No, you don't. Yeah, and that's honestly, I think that was lobbied by the porta-johns in the bathrooms on the airplanes. Like, hey, I know these things seem pretty strong, but they can't handle that.
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
No.
not if they get the number 9 Supreme. Uh-huh.
It's like vaping. They have federal offense if you eat Taco Bell.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's just the headlines. We're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, or keep it right here because we got music on the way from Cage the Elephant. Clear.
So did TMZ Tucson put an at for that girl, or is it just a
No.
mystery lady?
You're
Just
really
wondering.
curious.
You'll find her. Well,
Okay.
actually, her.
She's not at Raiders Reef. I know.
This
that.
was shared. This was shared at Love LYC _669.
Ooh.
Oh, perfect.
So she's a mix with the devil, but like a freaky.
Yeah.
So she's
On brand.
666, but also eating dicks. So on brand all the way through. And yeah, I'm sure eventually after she gets bailed out, if she didn't just bang this cop, because again,
I know.
the stance here is not
Yep.
how they train you to do this, right?
I got
In fact,
that from Spirit Halloween. Too.
yeah, it almost looks like there's a tear in his pants and his handgun is hanging out there. Like, look, there's two things that could happen here, ma'am. You can go straight to jail, or you can get out of this get out of jail free card right here, huh?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's
All I know is the garage door repair shops in Tucson are just like, yes, she's out again.
Yes. But wait, was that her own garage that she rammed into and then walked inside her house? I'm so
maybe
confused.
Probably.
Well, look, so there's let's speculate on this because I don't know and I can't ask TMZ Tucson because Frankie likes to be anonymous once the thing blew up, right? Because he gets a little flack,
Oh, yeah.
especially from the crazies he's outing.
Oh yeah.
But let's say she was in a relationship with a guy that she lived with, and it was his
Okay.
house, right? And so then she was breaking into his house and then walking in the house. But I don't know if that was the case. It could have been her own house.
Just locked out maybe, and she's just rage mode.
Yeah, but mad about something.
Right.
And it's like, is she angry against the guy? But no, it sounds like she's actually talking smack to a woman,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And does this have any connection to the previous drama that TMZ Tucson shared on the Instagram and Twitter from the week before of the big cat fight that happened at a Cobra Arcade and the family dramas between the two?
Oh, it's like an episodic drama.
Oh,
Yes,
That'd
yes.
be funny.
It's been so fascinating to watch, and also, and I'll say this too: the women in question, they all look super hot. In fact, the mom and the daughter are both like super hot, and then they're like their pictures that are being posted are all thirst traps and thong bikinis and stuff, and you're just like, yeah, this is all dangerous. This is all stuff that we were like, oh yeah, I can easily end up in that situation. In fact, I watched those stories. And I immediately deleted my dating apps. I'm like,
Oh God.
I can't trust matching with anybody in this town, man. That's crazy.
They're gonna be the next show like on E, I think. The
Yeah.
Kardashians are trying to get their own show from TMZ Tucson.
Yeah.
Watch them become a production company for trashy Tucson people. That'd be,
That's $1 million idea.
mm,
In fact, actually, we're kind of doing stuff like that. So
reality TV.
yeah. See if I can fill you in on that TNC Tucson stuff before we get into Maury Moron. Because we like tea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all sip on it. But yeah, the headline for this was, bro, whose Tia is this? Wait till the end.
Tia.
Yeah, and it paid off. So I guess this is what the story is deleted, but the fight in question that started all the drama between the two families that I won't be able to like recant all the tea on was this one. And again, this happens after Rico gets off of work, but it's right down the street from me.
Literally.
I'll just mute it because you see it just girls all scrappy, and that's meat market, Cobra Arcade at 2 a.m. It's almost like clockwork. And then you had this guy just peeling out on a bike here. Everything about it was like, what the hell's going on?
It's all GTA.
And again, when girls fight, you can't break them up to save your life, dude.
Nope.
Yeah, then like guy fights are so easy to break up. Girl fights are so difficult because they go for blood.
Their
dude.
hair gets tied together.
Yeah, they will not let go. 'Cause, like, every bouncer, and Rico could attest to this, would much rather break up a fight between two like juiced up roid monkeys
Yeah.
than just two overweight women.
They gas out easy and they're easy to convince to get off each other. Girls are just, they go for blood.
Every guy secretly wants a fight to get broken up, like, oh yeah, we'll get into it, but hopefully within 30 seconds, it's done. Just because cardio purposes. Look at that girl, jackrabbiting this chick. Had the hair in a bun. She was ready to go. And then again,
Smoking out.
yeah, guy just smoking out in the background. It's just random chaos on just Tucson Saturday night. Guy shirtless
I
there,
know.
just smoking a Black and Mild, just watching everything front row.
I wish you would pan over to me because that's me every time I get out of work. Is just on that road stuck.
Yeah,
Just waiting to get home.
yeah, I know.
Just Curb Your Enthusiasm without music playing.
Everyone's trying to get a shot, so Tucson. And then the bouncers are finally in. Of course, blocks up the whole street. Yeah, and then this guy's getting dapped up. The whole thing.
Let's make this about me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Now, I mean, we could sit here and talk smack about it, but we're only young ones, right? So, you know.
Well,
What you should do is edit Olympic music over that. Like Tucson
Olympics, yeah. Gold medal hoeing. Gold medal hoeing. All right. Well, here, let's get the reset on that. Get ready for our next segment. But we had our morning moron today, and it was a good one. If you don't believe me, check this out. Yesterday, we have so much to get to, so we might as well get the music going. Of course, your morning moron's coming up after through Sleep Theory, and this is Nate's song dedicated to me, 3 Days Grace. I hate everything about you. Number Rock 1 2.1. It's now 6:15 and time for your morning moron. Let's do it. All right, as we know, men will do a lot of stupid things to get laid. Okay, that's just what we do, right? But did you know that women will do moronic things as well to get some D?
Of course they will.
Yeah, and this is a prime example of that in today's morning moron. There's a 46-year-old nurse aide at a prison in Indiana named Regina Davis who was caught trying to smuggle drugs in, hidden inside some frozen lasagna. Okay, so now she works at the prison. She's a nurse aide, and this happens all the time. But we've reported on this, but feelings get had, right? And of course, with female employees, they'll definitely fall in love with the bad boy inmate with the python in between his legs. It happens. So, you know, getting blinded by the D, you'll do some stupid things like risk your career and your freedom. That's what Regina did by trying to smuggle drugs in. But that doesn't make her the morning moron. It's the amount that she tried to sneak in because her plan wasn't sophisticated at all. She basically was caught at the front door where employees had to pass through an x-ray machine, right? Now, with that, the guard looked at her lasagna and thought it looked suspicious. And I could just imagine.
Oh, no.
Like... the lasagna, it's just like a big mountain in the middle. You're just like, it's huge. Like, what the hell kind of lasagna is this? Who brings a 50-pound of lasagna into work, right? You going to live off this the next year and a half?
Right.
So they dug through it, and they found several packages wrapped in electrical tape that contained about 3 ounces of cocaine, and 1.7 ounces of marijuana. That's a lot of drugs, dude. And not like a small enough amount to hide in some lasagna. Like there's going to be some bumps in the lasagna. Like what do you have in that lasagna? Meatballs? The size of heads?
It's a spicy meatball.
Yeah, that spicy. So at first, Regina claimed that she didn't know about the drugs. It's like, oh, damn stofers, did it again.
This is the third time this month.
No wonder the price keeps going up. Then she said she'd been at a friend's house getting a tattoo when the woman gave her 2 containers of lasagna to eat. So blame it on the friend, that old defense, right? Then she said she brought it to work for lunch. And you know what? What a filling lunch. With a lasagna, like my mom's recipe involves 3 ounces of cocaine as well. You eat that lasagna on a Friday, you don't eat again till Tuesday.
Yep.
Now investigators, of course, they didn't buy it. They looked through her phone. She had photos of the wrapped drug packages on it from the day before, which is great. You know, like, again, here's the PSA of the day. If you're going to be a criminal, they'll document your crimes in picture form and leave it on your cloud. Yeah, dude.
Good job.
Everything about this woman is just like head-smackingly dumb. She was arrested on 2 felony narcotic trafficking charges, and she has pleaded not guilty, but I don't think that's going to hold up in a court of law. And I'm no lawyer, but I'm just thinking. She's now claiming that she did it because she was getting threatening messages. And she'd been licensed as a nurse aide for more than 20 years. So 20 years working at this prison, threw it all away for some D, just to smuggle in some C and some weed. Whatever rhymes. But all those reasons and more, Regina is today's Morning Moron. There's a man who's literally been everywhere. Jelly roll with dead man walking. And I think he just got hit in the head during a concert. Someone threw something at him.
At Jelly Roll?
At Jelly Roll.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah, well, Jelly Roll's so nice. He even reacted nice to that. He's probably like, on a text thread with the person who threw it at his head. And just like now new best friends. So I guess we should all be a little bit more like Jelly Roll. Welcome back to the show. It's now 6:30. And of course, it's Tuesday. And you know that my good friend Rico likes to go out to various businesses around town. And when he has a pleasurable experience, he immediately rushes to Google to leave a 5-star review. You did that again this week, huh, Rico?
I did indeed.
Where did you go to?
Went to a place called Time Market.
Oh, I'm very familiar with Time Market. Tell me all about it.
So I was having another existential crisis the other day and decided whether or not to become a horse wrangler or a SoundCloud rapper, if those are still a thing.
Yes, they are.
I couldn't find my belt buckle, but I did find my notepad, my NWA shirt, and a beanie. So I opted for the latter, obviously. I figured if I wanted the full struggling artist 8-mile experience in my late 30s, I should probably take public transport and make sure the other poors know I have a fire in my belly when I angrily scribble lyrics about canned tuna and double-crossing strippers. Luckily, I only had to walk a half-mile to get to a Sunlink light rail station on 2nd Street.
Yes.
Unluckily, my beanie was drenching from sweat and I had to forego the Detroit look for the time being. I had to find a window seat for the whole gazing out the window for inspiration vibe, but the only one available next to me was next to a large, sweaty lady with a funny hat and green Crocs.
Oh.
I had to give her the unintentional lap dance and finally sat down as best I could without copying a feel from her love rolls. She smelled like In-N-Out Burger, and it inspired me to start writing lyrics about how I live life animal style and how I dip my enemies in ketchup before I eat them. No Diddy or something. I was creatively exhausted after 2 minutes and just started people watching while trying to avoid more bodily contact with Crocs Lady. She was too busy sweating and playing Nintendo Switch to notice me struggle. But then I overheard someone say to his girlfriend that Time Market was coming up soon and that they needed to get off. I muttered, "Time Market? A market for time? Did anyone else hear that?" Smelly McMuffin Top finally acknowledged my existence and said, "It's got good air conditioning." And that was good enough for me to squeeze past her like a stick of butter between two beanbags.
Yeah.
I got off in front of this mysterious market on University and 3rd Avenue, and it felt like the start of some grand adventure, like Harry Potter going off to Hogwarts, or Luke Skywalker getting out of Tatooine to go fight with space terrorists. I'm just happy it was spelled T-I-M-E and not T-H-Y-M-E because I'm sick of business puns. And I'm not a fan of spice and herb stores and getting caught in infinite sneeze loops.
That's true.
So I walked in, and it was a spacious, clean cross between a coffee shop, bakery, a mini grocer, a pizzeria, fancy little bodega, and a giant wine rack your weird aunt keeps hidden behind a bookshelf.
Yeah, it's a mix of all those.
All of it. Of course, I immediately went up to one of the employees at the busy bakery and feigned a concerned look. "Can I help you, sir?" she kindly asked between restocking pastries. "Yes. Do you have the time?" And I definitely put emphasis on the word time for the record.
Oh, not again.
She answered it was 2:15, and I said, "Well, how much for an hour back?" A Karen behind me gave one of those hurry up coughs because evidently she didn't have her daily gluten-free scone to distract her from how much her kids loathe her. "Sorry, I don't understand. An hour back?" "Yeah, I thought this was a time market."
Hey-o.
Huh? Then she just ignored me and went to the back to do some kneading or whatever it is bakers like to do to avoid human contact. "Oh, just great," scoffed the Karen. I slowly turned around and she had her arms crossed and her forehead wrinkles were more distracting than her haircut. I go, "I'd say something, but I don't want to waste any more time here at Time Market, lady. Good luck with the scones." I then perused the aisles of fresh produce and then pretended to know anything about wine by putting my ears up to the bottles and sniffing the corks, and just generally soaked in the very East Coast atmosphere. It was a bustling little hub, and I figured I may as well try the coffee where the baristas were true pros, making sure steam was everywhere and there was plenty of lever pulling going on. So after deciding not to be too pretentious, I just ordered a green tea latte and sipped it semi-pretentiously while writing out more raps about strippers and scones. However, now that I've had a green tea latte, I think my rap career is over. Oh well, had a great time either way. 5 stars.
What an excellent experience you had at Time Market, man.
Great time.
It is, it's an excellent place too. They have a lot of cool hot sauce selections, like hot sauces you can't find anywhere else. And their pizza's really good too.
Look at you, fancy pants.
I know. I've been there.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
That's where I ended my rap career as well. So that's an actual 5-star Google review that you will find by Rico when you Google the Time Market. So if you come across his review, make sure you give it 5 stars as well. We're going to hit the reset. We got music on the way from Rage Against the Machine. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, there you go. That was the 5-star review from this morning. Hope you enjoyed
those
it.
Standing vibes.
Yes, exactly. We switched it up this morning, which I appreciate you.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did that.
Yeah.
Goosey goosey, baby.
I know. And you know what? And to Rico's credit, he's like, okay, well, I'll try it. I was like, I was just trying to switch it up. I don't want to be too comfortable. And, sometimes, and I'll tell you, this is the radio trick that they've done in major markets. They don't even have chairs. But when you're tired, and that happens when the caffeine runs low, it helps to stand up, not only to make you more awake and alert, but then your speech doesn't get lazy, because sometimes we can get a little too comfortable. We get a little too monotone and too like,
Blah, blah, blah.
yeah. And trust me, that usually happens close to like 10. Like, my sleep the past couple nights, not been great nights of sleep, but grinding through. We're still making it happen. All right, here we go. Lenny Kravitz on Rockwell 2.1 KFMA. Join us on the podcast broadcast. We're having a lot of fun. There you're going to see creepy dudes doing creepy stuff.
Hey, that's not nice.
Hey, well, I like to put creepy dudes on blast. Let me, at the same time, as I will put a creepy dude on blast, I'll also celebrate their passion for being creepy.
Right.
Some people, they just have, they know what will make them happy in life, and they just go for it. Now, there's a retired art teacher named Keith Tyson. He's 90 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's maintained a hedge shaped like a naked woman named Gloria. Because if you're gonna, have a naked hedge, you're gonna give it a name.
Absolutely.
Outside of his home for nearly 20 years. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And despite drunk people climbing on her and pretending to have relations with her all the time.
Get off, Gloria.
Yeah. I mean, just imagine you're 90 years old. You look out your window. There's some drunk college kid humping your shrub. Like, not again. Gloria, you whore. Okay?
You love me.
Now, before you start judging as far as these guys or even Keith in general being like, what kind of creep would do that? You got to check out the curves on this hedge, dude. I mean, look at that. Oh, yeah.
Whoa, she is ready.
Yeah, she is ready. I mean, there's even like, she got two legs. She's kind of spread apart a little bit. She's perky. And is she smiling at me or is that just me in my mind? So, yeah, this is Gloria. And again, he's kind of become famous off of this project. This is not the first time I've talked about Keith.
Really?
Yeah, I think I've been talking about him since he was almost 80.
This guy's a legend.
And now he's 90. Yeah, the guy hedges bushes like nobody's business, dude. And obviously has a type. So Gloria, she's basically a nude model from the 70s because she's all bush. And now this is what he said about his passion for the shrubbery. He said, I'm 90 now, but still fairly physically okay. So I'll keep her going. She isn't going anywhere. And he laughed. He said, people do smile and take pictures when they see Gloria. And I like that. I make a naked lady and they take pictures of my naked lady. And I enjoy that. I look out the window of the blinds and say, yes, take a picture of Gloria.
Do it. I have nothing else going on. Enjoy, my lady.
Yeah, so I mean that's creepy dudes doing creepy things, but that's not the only creepy thing happening in the UK, as reported by the Mirror. And I don't know if how you would feel if you came across this, okay? But somebody came across what is a Barbie doll shrine.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah, super creepy.
Oh no.
You wait till you see this, okay? If you walked across this in the woods, you would probably run.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Okay. So a man was shocked to find the Barbie shrine deep in the woods and detailed in a Reddit post. It's a heart-shaped display, featured dozens of Barbies in various conditions, right? Surrounded by greenery with half a horse accessory on top.
Yeah.
Creepy. Does that add the creep factor, the half a horse?
Yes.
Okay.
Suddenly, that 90-year-old man seems very normal.
Yeah, no,
tame.
Keith is super
Keith is
normal.
cool.
Yeah. This is the close-up of this. So you're walking along in a park, and then all of a sudden, you see all these naked Barbies, and some of them are clothed, all just mended together in some kind of heart. This is where people get murdered.
Yes.
That's what you would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's some of the comments. This reminds me of something creepy as hell I saw several years back. Basically the same damn thing. One user commented. Another joked, if you're seeing this, then know that it's just too late to run. Accept your fate.
Yeah.
And the original poster admitted that they could barely bring themselves to go within 10 feet of this. So it was so spooky that they were like creeped out to the point where they didn't even want to approach it. That's why the picture's not even that close.
Right.
Adding that, the site appeared to be a party spot with cans and ashes from a nearby fire. I guarantee you it's goth kids that probably enjoy like I don't know, the Church of Satan or whatever.
They went to Hot Topic right after this.
I'm telling you, dude. I mean, that's even more scary than like a sacrificed goat. You know?
Yeah, I'd rather have a severed head
Yeah.
than heart-shaped Barbie bodies.
Yes, things that creep me out less, and that's what we found out today. So, and those are
Where
images you
was
can only
that?
see on the podcast out in the UK.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
not
But
here.
we're still safe. We don't, as far as we know, we don't have any doll shrines around here. But if you do, if you come across a doll shrine, report to me immediately so we could at least kind of like make fun of it
Yeah.
and avoid it as well.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Wrap things up with a beef tip. Or actually, we have more stuff coming up. So stick around. It's Rock 1 2.1. Fantastic tease, by the way. When you say we just have more stuff, I know that people are glued to the radio being like, I can't go into work right now. He just said he has more stuff. We got to have more stuff.
So teasy.
Nick is making a reference to Hey Arnold, I think.
Oh,
The
okay.
Shrine of the Little... Yeah, the girl that had the Shrine of Hey
she had the
Arnold.
crazy hair.
That
like
was,
the
that was my
missing hair.
introduction to Crazy Girls, that show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, someone's voodoo collection. Good to see you on the stream, Darlene. Welcome back. Yeah. And you know, Nick has a young son, so that's why hopefully he's still watching Hey Arnold. Oh, did you guys see this the picture that I shared on my Instagram? Just
Which one?
from the Roadrunners?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, well,
It's not in my algorithm.
What
I got a
is
bunch of weird
this?
stuff in my algorithm.
I'm not on the IG. I don't see the IG.
Here, I'm gonna do it right here. I'm gonna pull it up for you. All right. So get ready for this. Tucson Roadrunners.
Oh,
No kidding.
Yeah.
Mr. Gillis.
Yes, Shane Gillis, the world's one of the world's most famous comedians and red hot comedians, is a fan of the Tucson Roadrunners Hockey Club.
Dude.
Yeah, dude.
How the hell did he get what? That's awesome.
I
Dude,
love him.
we have no clue how he got this shirt. Whether he met like a player who gave him some merch.
That is
or-
badass.
Isn't it badass, dude?
I love it.
I know you would. I knew you would. That's why I shared it. I'm surprised you didn't heart the shit out of it, dude. Like I thought.
Dislike it, like it again.
Yeah, just the fact that I mean I know that we
That's dope.
we interact with each other on Instagram, so we're kind of up in our algorithm. But I thought me sharing a photo of Shane would have put me number one with a highlight as far as on your front page.
That's
But
incredible.
yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was super cool to see, and you know we're gonna take that momentum going into this next
Yeah.
season.
They should just literally blow that up and put it on the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's all what's all we need.
Well, no, trust me, as they go into, you know, because when we go into the season and on the screen, we do slideshows of fans and all that. I
Yeah.
guarantee you that's going to sneak in
Oh, I better.
one way or another. And
Has to.
initially you're like, was this Photoshop? Like, no,
No.
just Shane Gillis just randomly rocking a Tucson Roadrunners shirt.
He's like obscure hockey. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
wear it.
I mean, he's very jocular. So, you know, it explains why he would enjoy, you know, AHL
That's
hockey or
cool.
just hockey in general. But yeah, super cool. And you know what, Rico? Does it make me look cooler in your eyes? Because I work with that team. That's my team.
Yeah, I'm gonna be extra nice to you from now on.
I'm the arena host of the team that is one of the favorites of Shane Gillis. I'm assuming, you know.
Rico's bringing
totally.
me coffee every day now. It's weird.
He's like, yeah, the NHL was cool and everything, but did you see that playoff run of the Roadrunners last season? No, you didn't. It only lasted 2 games and they lost. It doesn't matter. Huge fan. Huge fan. So, yes. And thank you, Dave. I agree with you.
Oh, he's talking about Shane Gillis and SNL. But...
No,
Yeah.
he was talking about the hockey games. Dave has been going
Don't
to the
take
hockey
this from
games.
me.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
Watch Shane Gillis just come in. He's been taking everybody's jobs, right? So
Yeah.
watch him come in and be like, you know what? I'm going to be the arena host this season.
Like, okay.
You give it to him.
All right.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No, I want that money. I need that money.
It's Shane Gillis.
I don't give a shit. He's got Shane Gillis money. I got little beef vegan money. I need every extra gig I can get. So now,
Oh man.
all right.
Little beef vegan.
Little
That would be a good rapper name.
LIL.
no and
Little beef.
no, Lil Beef is not a good rapper name. You don't want to say it. That's like Lil Dicky, right?
Oh.
You don't want to do a penis joke in your rap name. Unless you're Lil
Dicky is
Dicky.
successful.
You can't. There can't be 2 of them.
But
Mhm.
beef is
You
different
can't
than
have
Dicky.
2 small penis rappers.
Lean beef.
Yeah.
Leany beef.
No, beef vegan is the lean part of the beef, right? So that's what signifies, like, because if I ever hook up with a girl and she thinks, oh, beef, he's gonna be so big, and then she sees me and I'm like, well, don't forget the last name. This is the vegan part.
Don't forget about the vitamin
yeah.
deficiencies.
The beef part is the voice and the body frame, and then the vegan part is my mangina.
Oh, nice. I
Nice.
see.
All right,
He's thought this out.
Yeah, he has.
No, I've explained it several times with tears in my eyes.
You guys have been here how long? We're like, oh, that's cool.
No, I mean, like, no, baby, I swear I didn't trick you. Let's play a clip from earlier this morning. Go fuck you. BN 1490, Spears and Ali, coming off of a very successful fundraising golf tournament. Congratulations on
Thank
that,
you.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like any notable like highlights or who won, anything like that?
Yes, our winning group shot a 49, which is like a 22 under. So it's a scramble. So you play your best ball. And this winning group all had like low-key professional golfers on their team.
Really?
22 under is ridiculous.
Do you think they cheated? It sounds like
No,
they cheated.
see, now you hear a lot of stories about scrambles, and then they're like, all right, shooting a 48, and they show the group, and it's like a bunch of 350-pound, like middle-aged guys.
Yeah.
No, these guys are like legit golfers.
Okay.
So,
All right. So they didn't cheat. They just had ringers on their team.
yes.
So yeah, that's
There we
great.
go.
That's what I love about charity golf tournaments is when a group of guys come out and say, you know what, we could rob this whole system blind.
Right. But it was a great turnout, man. We had 84 golfers come out.
Damn.
And we raised a lot of money. We partnered with Children's Miracle Network to raise money for TMC for Children. And this year was bigger and better. And it was year 2. So it's only up from here.
It is inspiring to see you do this. You're such a young guy who's constantly working, for Arizona Daily Star, and of course, co-hosting your own sports radio show, and then still have the energy to give back to the community. I applaud you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go.
And actually, I should take notes from you because I'm like, I should raise money too.
I'm garbage.
Yeah, I'm so usually on the end of like receiving charity, at least charitable looks. That I figure. Like I am the charity. Why would I raise money for charity? But I think it's good to, raise money for charity and give back, especially for the kids.
Thank you, man. And you give back to your community.
Circle K guy.
Yeah. Circle K guy. The guys on the corner. It's like, I gave $1 yesterday. Don't call me a hero. I didn't get my wings.
You gave your name, image, and likeness to the streetcar, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
So I think that's giving back to your community.
I don't know, man. That's taxpayer funded. So I think they got ripped off. They're just like, hey, dude, you're taxing the hell out of us just to put this guy's face on the
I got
streetcar.
a free ride, but I have to look at that.
Yeah, because my face is on the streetcar. That's a legit thing. I know.
Hey, everybody.
I know. So giving back to Tucson by basically graffitiing up the streetcars. Yes, but that's all right. Have you been covering the Olympics or just baseball?
Olympics. Well, first of all, baseball, big win for the D-backs last night. Walk-off for Corbin Carroll against the Nationals. They were down 6-0. Corbin Carroll, in a pinch hit situation, hit a walk-off home run. So
nice.
Big win for the D-backs. But, man, I've been all in on these Olympics. Katie Ledecky beat her previous record, or I think, no, she won her first meet by like 17 seconds. She just like smashed the competition. She's awesome. She's one of the best swimmers of all time.
All right, we'll continue the Olympic talk here with Spears in a little bit. But first, I'm going to tell you how restaurants been tricking you.
What?
No.
Yeah. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Yes, I got Maury and Rico's attention because, I told them what we're going to talk about right now is about how a restaurant's been tricking us all and deceiving us, trying to get more money. And I got actually pretty extensive list of the ways that restaurants try to trick you. All right. So, and I'll go through some of the ones that I believe in. Like, okay, so here's one way that restaurants try to trick you by using adjectives, like words like juicy, melty, or crispy. They're far more attractive than just saying they have a burger, grilled cheese, and fried chicken. So, verbally, they're deceiving you to buy more. Right. And that's part of marketing, which I can understand. And I'm not like, outing them for that. Then I would like a burger that is juicy and melty. And I'd like my grilled cheese to be crispy. Yeah. So at what age, as a grown man, can you not just order grilled cheese for dinner at a restaurant?
Well, if it's a sexy grilled cheese.
Yeah, I know that's different. And of course, shout out to Chef Ken. But let's say you're just at a regular restaurant and there's like steak on the menu and there's all these other like gourmet adult things.
Yeah.
And then you eyeball that grilled cheese and you think to yourself, I know that grilled cheese is going to be so good. Hit the spot. But, you can't do it on a date, right? You can't order a grilled cheese on a date at like a restaurant like Outback. which I know they probably have, grilled cheese for like a kid's menu, but like, can you not do that?
No, you can do that. You're
You would be judged.
No.
Yes.
Okay, say you're on a date with a guy and it's a third date, and this is the date where everything goes well. You're going home and you're going to make the action happen. All right. Then he orders a grilled cheese at dinner. Do you still sleep with that guy?
Yeah, grilled cheeses are the best.
See, Mari's a gem.
I know,
See?
dude. Yeah, they don't make them like you, though.
They
You know what I
don't.
mean?
They
They broke
don't.
the mold, and
Yeah.
seriously.
They're a delicacy.
Yeah, thank you.
She'll be the one to ask for like the crayons to draw on the table too.
Yes,
You're like, all right, she's cool. Yeah. Everybody else,
Are
though.
we wearing helmets while we have this dinner? Because it sounds odd. All right. Okay, Kobe beef sliders. Okay, so unless they cost hundreds of dollars, you're probably not getting authentic Kobe beef in those sliders. But it sounds impressive, so that's deceptive. All right.
As a
Right.
Lakers fan, especially.
I don't know. A chef's recommendation is a way that restaurants like to trick us. So it might be worth a look at the Yelp for some of these. They could be like a house specialty, or they could just be a high margin item that they want you to think is more special than it is, and they just want to get rid of it, right? So that's a way that they trick you. This one is super common, especially for those restaurant delivery apps, ghost kitchens. They're becoming more and more popular, but they don't actually have physical locations, and they're a virtual restaurant that might not be based the same local restaurant or that you might have been looking at. And then some of these ghost kitchens are actually inside chain restaurants, right?
Weird.
Yeah. So I always make sure that if I'm going to order something and I'm not familiar with the place, I'll select pickup to see where the location is. And then Google Streets. I want to see if it's an actual restaurant and not just some like dude
Doing your
who's-
homework.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna get like overcharged for something made in someone's studio apartment. Not today, son. No,
Reheated frozen
Yeah.
dinner.
unless it's
Air
a grilled
fry.
cheese and I'm on a date. Okay. Oh, and they say another way that restaurants try to trick you: truffle anything.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, like adding truffle sounds impressive, but you might not be getting truffle oil.
Ah.
Yes. Yeah.
That should be
Truffle dust?
illegal.
Yes, it should be truffle dust. Truffle. It's like
Yeah.
it's nonsense. It's not actual truffles.
No.
Truffles are expensive because they literally got to be hunted by pigs, and then they're a delicacy.
Hmm.
But then everything else that's truffle related is essentially just a markup. So don't fall for it. Yeah, yeah. And then brunch. So they take a $1 omelet, they add a mimosa, and then they charge $14 for it and call it brunch.
Don't forget the avocado toast.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's
Ooh.
really just more expensive weekend breakfast.
Mhm.
Right. And finally, small plates is another way that restaurants like to trick you. It's essentially an appetizer, but an elevated price. Like a proper menu will tell you if it's intended to be shared tapas style.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fancy.
Fancy.
So I just wanted to kind of educate you on ways that restaurants trick you. So make sure that you, don't fall for these little tricks
Nope.
and get your money's worth. Grub hard. Take it from me. I got a belly. Let's hit the reset. We got a beef tip coming up after these words. Keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. YouTube.com/beefvegan. All right. see?
Remember that talk about casitas?
Yes.
The small houses, like
Yeah,
putting
yeah.
a fancy word on a small house.
Uh-huh. The
You want a
ADUs.
shed? No, a casita.
ADUs. Yeah.
Mm.
Casitas.
It's a
Which
cute
is
name though.
Tucson thing.
Oh, cute casita.
Well, exactly. That's just a way to say, hey, I put a bathroom in the shed.
Casita.
Casitas. And everything sounds more fancy in a different language.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
it does.
Yeah,
tapas
They know
are
the
fun,
tricks.
Yeah. And honestly, when I was looking for different places to live and rent houses, I was looking at houses that had casitas, and then I was looking at casitas as well. I was just like, oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Casita fever.
Yeah, but I was even like, oh, there's one house that I came across. I'm like, oh, this is kind of like affordable, and it has a casita, and I could Airbnb that bitch. That would be cool.
If you're renting, you can Airbnb your rental.
You know what? That's an excellent question. Probably not legally,
Yeah.
but I have been known to bend the rules from time to time when it
Oh.
comes to trying to make some dough.
Speaking of which, there was this article I read last week about this guy that got caught. I think it was in New York. Remember during the 2020 pandemic, they had the renters memoriam. What is it called? The thing
Memoriam or
where you in memoriam,
In memoriam.
memorandorium. I don't know. Whatever the thing is where you don't have to pay rent, right?
Yeah.
So this guy did this scheme where he pretty much, I think, got hold of several different units.
Okay.
And since he didn't have to pay rent on them, he Airbnb'd those units. He applied for a business license to do so,
Oh.
whether or not it was legit or not, and then got the PPP loans on top of that.
Oh.
So he was getting paid a lot of money to run a business and then rented those out for free, basically, without having to pay rent.
Ah, yeah.
So and then
And he got in trouble for that?
yeah, because he racked up millions of dollars and they caught him. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
scammers.
I know. Yeah, they'll do it to you. All right,
Can't get caught.
Yeah, you just can't get caught. I mean, at the end of the day, that's that's a beef tip before the beef tip. Whatever you do, don't get caught.
Don't get caught.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's America, baby.
I'm squeezing some Sublime, getting ready for the beef tip. Let's let Spears wrap up a little bit of that Olympic talk because there is local ties
It was good.
to some Olympians that are going to be before the competing this year, which is awesome. So check this out.
You got Simone Biles, who's the best gymnast of all time.
Right.
But, right here in Tucson, Arizona, we got a number of connections. Delaney Schnell from the University of Arizona. She's going to be diving in 2 events, hoping to get silver because, man, those damn Chinese are so good at diving.
Are they?
They're so small. I mean, they always get gold every single year. So Delaney, I'm hoping that she's going to get gold. Then you have Roman Bravo Young, who wrestled at Sunnyside. Do you know about his wrestling record at Sunnyside?
No, what was it?
4-time state champion. Never lost a match, went 182-0 as a wrestler in high school.
Every year.
Wow.
So freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
Never lost.
Never. Was he varsity right out the gate too?
Yes. Best
Wow.
wrestler in Arizona high school history. Went on to Penn State, won a few national championships, was a multi-time All-American, and is wrestling for Mexico. So he's representing Mexico in the Olympics, going to wrestle. Super excited to watch him. And then,
Well, what a loss for us, dude.
I know.
He's Tucson
Come on,
resident.
bro.
It's like
I know.
but I get it. I mean, we're in Tucson. That's close enough
well, you also
to
have
represent whatever side you want.
you also have a lot of people who train in the United States who then go on to represent other countries.
Yeah, that's
So,
crazy. Yeah.
And also with the University of Arizona, former Arizona basketball player Chase Budinger won his first match as a volleyball player.
Oh yeah, he was the U of A guy. He's making a lot of headlines. It's a trip because he made it to the NBA, but was pretty much a bench warmer. And then
in the NBA he was, yeah.
In the NBA he was. He
Okay.
had a great college career, and
Yeah.
then just this happens a lot. You make it to that next stage, and just was it enough? And he knew that. A couple of years into his career, saw the projection of his career, and said, "You know what? I'm going to switch gears here." And try this sand volleyball thing out. This guy looks like Iceman in Top Gun. He is badass, and he looks like a favorite to what? Take gold?
I don't know if taking gold, but they are in contention to medal. And honestly, man, you go from playing basketball to an Olympic athlete. Even if you get bronze medal, man, job well done for Chase Budinger.
I'm telling you right now, like the sand volleyball organizations are going to start scouting basketball players now and seeing this because, you think about it, like to spike and to block, that's a basketball game. You got to get height. You got to be tall. So if you're 7 feet tall and you have agility, you got an advantage nobody else has. And it's hard to get anything over that net.
So what you're saying is that Victor Wembanyama is got to be playing for France.
If there's going to be some money in sand volleyball, if that ever happens, then they're going to be poaching people from the NBA. But I think a lot of globally, you're talking sand volleyball as a competition for an Olympic sport. I guarantee you they're going to start scouting NBA teams after this because they're like, wait a second, why didn't I think about this? The first off, the cardio's there and the height's there.
It's a good lateral.
And the hops. Oh yeah,
Perfect.
But you also got to remember Chase Budinger was the National Volleyball Player of the Year in 2006. I know he was a McDonald's All-American in basketball, but he was just as good of a volleyball player too. But basketball is what pays the bills.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Speaking of which, do we have South Sudan versus USA tomorrow?
oh yeah, it's at noon.
Is that the basketball game?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
LeBron representing.
Yeah.
They almost lost to South Sudan.
They do this a lot, though. You put together this, wannabe dream team, and they're all fantastic players. We got 2 Phoenix Suns on there, and then it's a global sport now, so nothing's guaranteed. It's not like '92 where you're just gonna beat every team by 100 points. So yeah,
They've been watching the tapes for
They
years.
have. They absolutely have. In fact, actually, who do you think is a favorite to upset USA basketball if there's going to be?
Team Canada, they're littered with
Oh, wow.
NBA players. Also, the home team speaking of Victor Wembanyama,
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert. I mean, they have a number of NBA players on their roster. So I look at those guys, and you know what? We'll see what Serbia and Joker how they can do because there was a little while there they kind of rallied back in that game against Team USA. So
Yeah, you can't count Joker out.
There's a few
If
teams.
anything, he knows how to win. And what?
And I was say it's so funny. I was looking at this Serbian roster, and there's a lot of itches a lot of people with the last name Itch that all know how to shoot the ball. And yeah,
Really?
you have Nikola Jokic, you got Nikola Jovic.
Yeah.
And I'm going down the roster, and it
Keeping
feels
track.
like Ben Stiller in Dodgeball when he's introducing his team. He's like Blade,
Laser.
Laser,
Yeah.
Popovich.
That's
Jovic.
great. That's great though for the basketball players because they can talk smack so easily because you can change every one of those names to bitch. You know, at the end, you're right. What's up, no bitch?
USA.
Yeah.
USA. USA.
Yeah, there's so many ways. I mean, in fact, I should be a smack talking coach for Team USA. I think that would help them in this run. But the Olympics have been wildly entertaining, and I'm sure you're covering that. Plus, a bunch of Arizona sports, local news on ESPN Radio 1490 from 7 to 9 a.m. I look forward to listening to it on replay for the podcast that you have, which is your YouTube channel is
Spears and Ali. Hit us up on YouTube, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate
There
it.
you go. Yep. All right, we're gonna hit the reset. We'll be back with news for 5-year-olds right after this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's a Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yes, there is a problem with fecal matter in Paris rivers that is preventing some events happening in Paris for the Olympics. And, it's right now it's a health hazard and they're working on it. They got really cool setups, though. I've been watching the Olympics and having a good time. Really enjoying it. I watched the White Water Rapids portion of the Olympics last night.
See, I wish I would have watched that.
That's badass.
That sounds cool.
Because they set up a river. They make it like the ultimate like water park, because it's a man-made river, and they got bleachers and everything. And people are watching this, and it is badass. And they have some other like kind of extreme sports where you're like, all right, Olympics, you're kind of getting into it. We're like evolving in a way.
The Base Pro Shops competition.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Now, the thing is, though, to be an Olympic athlete, you don't necessarily get paid good money. In fact, actually, I found out yesterday, as compared to like 1904, like the gold medals that Olympic athletes would receive were 100% gold, right?
Right.
Yeah, now they're only 1% gold.
What?
Yes.
Really? 1%?
Yes. So it's just gold in name, and so they can't even hawk or melt down their gold medal for any kind of like payment.
whack.
I know.
No.
And a lot of these athletes, with the exception of, some sports like basketball, are amateur athletes. So they're not necessarily making a lot of money to represent their country on a global stage. Wow. So you got to figure out different side hustles. That's where OnlyFans comes in. Yes. And so this is happening as the Olympic British diver, Jack Lawfer, is charging $10 per month as he competes in France or in Paris because he's got OnlyFans. Now, he's a swimmer, and they say, obviously, I got what people want. That's what they said. These swimmers, man, always so goddamn arrogant.
The drummers of the sports world.
Yeah. Now that I came across scientific studies, if you're like watching Olympics and you want to have an Olympic body, the bad news is that would be bad for your health.
Really?
To actually try to obtain that is not a healthy lifestyle. But these people are freaks of nature in a positive way, but it's not something that like normal everyday people should aspire to be. But these swimmers, they know they're sexy enough, and he doesn't even have to post nudes because his like official swim outfit is naked enough to justify a $10 charge.
Wow.
And he is raking in some money.
And he said his name is Jack.
Yeah, Jack Lofner.
Oh,
yeah.
His last name was Mehoff. Oh, well.
I know, right?
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a couple of those subscribed to his page. Now, some of his teammates, including Noah Williams, Daniel Goodfellow, and Maddie Lee, have all cranked up their own OnlyFans as well. So this is like it's a weird trend. We're talking about the Summer Olympics and all the different Olympic, like athletes opening up OnlyFans to cash in on their notoriety. And that's what they're doing. So they say, that the Olympic divers are sharing non-sexually explicit content. But my argument to that is you're 98% naked and you're soaking wet. That's pretty sexualized in my mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they also say that New Zealand rower Robbie Manson opened up an OnlyFans account, and he says his includes exclusive content that tastefully explores the boundaries, including artistic portrayals of nudity, meaning he's showing off the schlong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's just bending it around, making like animal balloons out of it. These swimmers, man, they're packing. I have a theory that you can't invest in being an Olympic swimmer without like being proud enough to wear a Speedo. Anyone that first puts on that Speedo and doesn't want to get in front of the rest of the team, they're out. They're never going to make the Olympics.
Step one. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So you got to have a hog. And you know what? I do have an example of this because there is a French driver on the France team that has gone viral because of how he looks. People are swooning over this kid. And I'll show you a picture here, right, Maury? So the guy that's taller, his name's Jules Bauer, right?
Yeah.
So that's the guy, good looking guy, right?
Yes.
And of course, he's got a body like an Olympian. But that's not why the internet's freaking out. Prepare to get your mind blown. That's why they're freaking out. Check out the sea hog this guy's packing in his Speedo.
He's got the full David Bowie going on.
Yeah, dude.
From Labyrinth.
He's got the midget from Labyrinth. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say that. Little person or dwarf or whatever. Like smuggled in his Speedo. So like ridiculous. So that image, those side images have gone so viral that now like, there's women lining around the block just to try to see this dude dive into a pool.
To see his baguette, huh?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't even see the picture. I'm sorry. I was looking at my own personal collection. Here's the picture in question. Now,
okay.
There it is.
Okay.
I was like, where's the reaction? Now you see it, Rico? Look at it, Rico.
I'm
It's
not
okay.
looking at it. No diddy. No
Look.
diddy.
Here's the fun fact about that package. No matter where your eyes roam, it's constantly making eye contact with you. It follows you.
Like the haunted painting.
Yes.
Like, that French pee-pee. No.
100%. 100%.
Stop it.
Wrapping up this Olympic insanity.